Hello, and welcome to Gamer's Guide to the Galaxy's End of the Year show.
Should say spectacular.
Spectacular End of the Year show.
Yeah, end of the year spectacular.
Oh, god damn it.
Alright, anyways, welcome. This is Gamer's Guide to the Galaxy, where we discuss all things gaming, and you can discuss with us over in the chat on the left, over this way.
That way. Our left, you're right.
Well, yeah, sorry about that. We're inversed. It's weird. We don't know direction. But this is our end of the year stream where we'll be summarizing up 2014 and all of our bests in every category that we can think of at the top of our heads. Because, well, it's hard to think of all the categories when you're trying to.
Yeah.
As soon as the show's over, we're going to think of like 14 more, but...
14. Oh yeah, we could have done that one.
And this one, and that one, and this one, and that one. So before we get started, we'd like to say that, you know, if your game didn't make the list, obviously post right in the chat what you think. Sorry if we missed it, but we tried to stick to the games that we've played so that we have a more opinionated assessment than, oh, well, I heard from a friend that this one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We wanted to experience them for ourselves, or someone, you know, very close to us who's been able to explain in great detail how it is and whether or not they think it's great, and et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, we didn't play every game because we're not rich. We can't buy them all. Sorry. Yeah. But we tried. We did pretty well, I think.
Yeah,
we got a pretty good list.
Yeah.
As for rules of our list, games can appear more than once. They most likely will. Because some games are just better than others. We'll try to keep it, you know what I mean, as fair as plane as, you know, we can. We're not going to obviously try to make it so that one dominates almost every category. We try to get a diverse category so that one, that couldn't happen, but two, so that way we can have some fun with it. Also, if you're a big watcher of the show, you obviously noticed that Mr. Christopher left us today. He hates us now, apparently.
Yeah.
Spammed us out of the blue. He told us he was going out for a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Never came back. It's real sad. But he did submit all of his things in writing, so we have them here. So we'll be reading those. We'll be taking turns left, each one to see which one he voted for that category. It'll be fun. I'm gonna let you go first on that one though.
Okay.
Right there. So without any further ado, shall we get started?
Yep.
Alrighty.
And what's our first topic, Jake?
Well, our first category is Best Shooter 2014.
Okay.
So, I feel like, you know, we should probably talk about a few of the ones that almost didn't make the cut quite yet. And then, you know, say our big one.
Yeah.
So, a lot of shooters came out this year. It's a year for shooters, which...
It's been the year for shooters since Xbox 360 came out, Jacob.
Not really. I would argue that a lot of 360 life cycle and a lot of PS3 life cycle especially.
PS3, yes.
360 does have a lot more shooters, I'll give you that. But I think that there's other different types of games on the 360 as well. But I feel like every time there's a new system, there's shooters. Because that's what the hardcore gamers do. They take a game, they take a shooter, and they just sit and they play forever.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of revenue comes in. So I think that's the reason why we see a lot of shooters this year. I think next year we'll see a little bit more diversity in that, but this year shooters are a big thing. So we have also, by the way, if you see us looking down, we have some games here.
Yeah.
So that we can reference them off the top of our heads, so that we don't draw a blank. We have picked our choices, but these are some of the runner-ups. So I would say, personally, Destiny is a runner-up for me this year. It's a game that was highly anticipated. It's got good core mechanics.
Yes. At the core of it, Destiny was a good idea, but it wasn't implemented the way we kind of expected it to be.
Correct.
We expected it to have this expansive story and everything, and,
yep. And
you could play for hours and hours and hours, and you're still going to sit there and go, where's the story?
Yeah. But the thing is with that is that you can play for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, with friends.
Yes, exactly.
By yourself, it can be quite boring.
And that is the problem with it currently. I think if they give you a little bit more multiplayer... What are you doing? A little bit more multiplayer leeway and people start playing a little bit more and they get a little bit more story to draw people in, I think that might be a bigger contender. But right now, I think it's sitting pretty at like 4th best.
Yeah, I think Destiny 2 will be a great game. Destiny 1.
I think Destiny patch note 804 will be a great game.
Okay, there you go. With DLC 17.
Yeah. But so there's that one. How about one of your runner-ups?
I am gonna actually have to go with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare as runner-up. Before a lot of people kill me.
Before death.
Let's look at it. Had a better story than most other Call of Duty games. It had a perfect launch, not a single problem.
I don't know. I heard that there's problems on Xbox One with it.
Okay, just that one problem.
Had
a near perfect launch compared to a lot of other games
this
year. That's good. And honestly, playing the multiplayer is just fun. It still has the split screen, so you can play 2 people online in the same game. It is a lot of fun just to play.
Unfortunately, Call of Duty does not make any part of my list or anywhere close to my list, just because when I hate Call of Duty, I hate the mechanics of it, and I hate the community of it. No offense.
Yes. See, your problem was you got to play with them all muted.
I do. Actually, I'm really good at that. Like, I used to just be able to go, it's down, left, A. And I just go through the whole list.
Yeah, I just play everyone muted. No, shut up. I'm not listening. I don't care if you're going to tell me I'm about to get my face blown in. No.
Well, it's not only that, but campers and stuff like that. It just makes the game less fun.
Yeah, but they kind of made it harder to camp in this one, I would say, because the gameplay's much faster.
Yeah.
But
alrighty. So I think we should just announce our best shooter.
Okay, what would you say the best shooter was?
It's a hard one for me, but I gotta say, and unfortunately this will come up again, I know it will, Borderlands 3 sequel was mine. It had seen things from previous Borderlands, where it had a good game overall. The shooting controls though were tight.
Yes, they are.
They're always good like that. They always have, I know that I can set my thing to a certain sensitivity and I can just snap. It's fun. It's freaking fun. The multiplayer is very good. You don't start dropping frames because somebody else joins. The inviting people is really smooth. You just invite them. It has built-in chat. Not a lot of shooters have that right now. Well, built-in talking, voice talk, chat.
Yeah.
It's got a ton of replayability. DLC coming out all the time. They just released one adding 12 more levels, I think. So I have to go play it again. I have to go play Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. It's fun. I mean, this is a game that I'm going to play every class. I'm going to get them all up to level 72. So to get that level of enjoyment out of it, it's a good game. You know what I mean? I can sit there for hours and just hit heads, and it's friggin' hilarious.
I gotta agree with you on that one. Borderlands pre-sequel, a lot of fun to play, especially with another person.
Oh yeah, you haven't. I know that you haven't even finished the story on it yet.
Yeah,
but
it's been a busy year.
It's been a busy year. It's not any discredit to you, but I could tell even from that short bit that we were playing that you enjoyed yourself.
It's the kind of game you can go in and literally just mess around if you really want to, or you can go hardcore story, you can go hardcore side quest, or you can just literally run around and shoot things.
And also, it's really good for completionists.
Yeah.
I think this time around...
Is it good for completionists, or is it like the bane of their existence? No! I have to get everything!
No, because everything's pretty doable. Completionists will like that, because there's games like Assassin's Creed. I know Assassin's Creed's hell for completionists, because you have to get every freaking feather, every freaking hidden flag.
So it's Batman Arkham City?
Pretty much, yeah, you know what I mean? Like that. Where this is more of, here's all the side quests, no matter what you do, you can get them at one point, you know what I mean? If you don't get them now, you can come back and get them later, and then they'll just be easier. So, it's very nice to be able to be a completionist in that. It's a lot of fun. I like to be a completionist. I'm not always, though. My laziness does get the best of me, but it's really nice to be able to be like, I beat this game 100% 4 times, and it's really cool. Although it does get a little annoying with every DLC. Every
DLC.
Every DLC, especially if they increase the level cap, you have to go on all your characters and increase them to the new level. But it's still fun.
That's just more replayability, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So your best shooter? Oh, you said.
I had to agree with Borderlands.
Yeah.
My absolute runner-up though would have been Far Cry 4.
That was also a good one. I didn't get a lot of chance with it. It was a lot of fun though.
I have a lot of hours in, and I think I got maybe 5% of the story done.
Yeah.
Because all I did was just run around and shoot things.
Yep.
Oh, there's bad guys there. Whee! Oh, lion, tiger. I gotta get the tiger. You know,
Yeah.
ride an elephant into a base, blow everyone up. Come on. But
Yep.
I do feel like Borderlands has the more fun aspect because the co-op's easier to get into. And
Absolutely. Wolfenstein's a great pickup too. I haven't played that much, but I know that it's a good game. I've seen the gameplay. I've seen it. It's pretty good. It's probably it's close up there, but there's so many shooters this year that it's hard to be like it's close up there and talk about all of them.
Yeah, Wolfenstein was a really good game. It's actually the oddest FPS to come out in many years because there is no multiplayer for it. It is 100% campaign, which for a company to go and make a first-person shooter for the campaign instead of doing like the Call of Duty and Titanfall thing, making just multiplayer.
Yep. Or the Destiny thing now.
Or the Destiny thing of claiming to have all this expansive world.
But
yeah.
That's also something that loses points for me too, though. I don't mind no matchmaking, but no multiplayer boundary.
That is one of the reasons why I did not put it at the top. It is a really fun game to play. Who doesn't love killing Nazis?
Oh my god, everyone loves killing Nazis.
But I mean, in the end, sometimes it's just fun to play with someone.
Especially if you have somebody in your life that's that's right next to you, even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that obviously you and Meg live here. You would love to get some Nazi killing duo action sometimes, but you can't.
Yeah. Which is the other reason why I didn't put Far Cry 4 at my top though, was because there is no local co-op.
That's a big thing though. There's not a lot of multiple. Well, you know what I mean? I think that would, for me personally, because I don't have that situation hooked up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that big of a deal to me. But no multiplayer at all. Like, I would love to just be able to invite somebody, like, you come play with me in Wolfenstein and we'll have a fun time.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. So I think we should move on from shooters, because that was a big one.
Yes. Now we're on to best beat 'em up.
Now what we mean by this is kind of like a Mortal Kombat situation. Two or more people enter, one person leaves, or one team leaves. And it's a stage where you just punch and kick and kill things.
Okay. Well, for this one, we did get a write-in from Chris.
Ready?
Good. And we got Sonic Boom: The Rise of Lyric.
Chris, what are you doing, buddy?
Chris, are you okay?
Is this like your suicide note, buddy? What you doing?
That's where he went. He can't stop playing Sonic Boom.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
So we lost Chris.
We lost Chris. Okay.
We lost him to the void. So best beat 'em up, in my opinion, it's obviously Smash.
Yeah.
Obviously Smash. I'm sorry. There's no runner-up for me.
Yeah, there is no runner-up. It's got massive amounts of characters. It brings all your favorite characters back.
Yep.
All your favorite stages back.
It improves on some of the characters from the past.
Improves on some of the characters. The characters they nerfed. A couple of them I didn't care for the nerf, but looking at it, that kind of balances it more.
Yep, like the Fox nerf. He definitely needed one.
Yeah.
A lot of people were disappointed with it, but he definitely needed one because his freaking air dash glide to an up smash, that would KO at about 75 to 95% damage, and he would literally just go boom, and you just dead. There's no counter to it.
And to be honest, I mean, one of the things about Smash is you got to play with the GameCube controller, which there are adapters for them. We hear.
Yep. Yeah, we hear. There's legends about myths about some guy that got one once.
Yes. But I gotta say, after playing with the Wii U Pro controller for a little bit, it actually works pretty well with it.
It does.
It's not a GameCube controller, but it is a lot better than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah, it's definitely doable. You know what I mean? It's weird at first. You know, your hands are like your GameCube claw, where it's like this.
Yeah, but
then as slowly you shift back into like a normal gaming stance, and as long as you keep what you gotta learn is the big thing to learn is alternating fingers with the bumper and the trigger, I feel.
Yeah.
One for this, one for this. Because if not, you're going to screw yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like,
I mean,
personally, I shift shielding on this one, grabbing on this one.
Yeah. And I unfortunately don't use much of them either. I prefer to dodge. And I don't like grabbing.
Well, dodging is, for me, is this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just shift.
But, I mean, as I was playing this, I noticed, like, I played like this, and I used a lot more smashes than I used to. I used to use the B a lot. The B moves a lot.
Yeah.
But now, I use a lot more smashes, and I can easily switch to A for quick attacks, and easily switch to B to get specials. Yeah. So, it actually did work out for me.
Yeah. I'm very anticipated for the revival of my sweet baby GameCube controller, because I will definitely probably see a spike in my gameplay.
Yeah.
But that is it's a letdown from a GameCube controller, but from an overall controller standpoint, from Nintendo, 2 thumbs up. Great controller.
This is actually become one of my favorite controllers. I mean, this would be awesome for first-person shooters.
Oh yeah, definitely good layout for that.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's a good layout. Yeah. So definitely good for more normal things, not for Smash though, because Smash has been a muscle memory from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's always been the GameCube. So I feel like that's the only negative thing that we can say about it, is that it's so popular that we can't get an accessory for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? They did add some characters that I didn't like, that I think personally suck. But that's how Smash is. You pick a character, you pick one that you like, fits your play style, and then you don't have to learn the other ones.
Yeah, and I mean, we've played a lot of the characters, and for the most part, they all are pretty good.
They're pretty good. They actually, something that you didn't see on when we last streamed, we actually got a augmentation for Pac-Man. You remember how, like, when you did a down B in the air, he dropped a hydrant?
Yeah. It
explodes now. So that adds entire new playstyles to that character, and actually puts some viability in a move that we didn't think was first viable.
Actually, I played against a bot when you weren't here one day. Mm-hmm. I saw how that move's supposed to be done.
Oh, is it?
You're supposed to do it to someone close to the edge, because then they start shooting the water out, and it makes it hard for them to get back.
Gotcha. So now what you can do is you can do it as a smash, and just boom, and they die. So it's cool. But I like that aspect where you can kind of customize your person. Like, oh, well, this would be cool if I did this, and they might have an augmentation for it. And they might be able to do that now. So I think we talked a lot about Smash. I think people get the point that it's a great game. They should probably pick it up.
Yeah, Smash gets the Game Spectrum's greatest beam up of 2014.
All right, so best RPG.
Got it right in from Chris as well. All right, you want to read this one?
Sure. It's that same freaking Sonic game.
Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. Yes, this is an RPG. Okay.
So, Chris, buddy.
Need help.
Yeah.
Find help. We're here for you.
I think we might have to have an intervention after this.
Yeah. Quite.
So, best RPG. So, some good RPGs that came out this year. I would definitely... I don't know if I'd classify it as an RPG. It's on the border, which was Shadow Mortar. We were talking a little bit about this beforehand.
Shadow Mortar is on the border of an RPG. It's got some RPG elements to it.
Yeah.
In the end, you kind of got to classify it as more of an action-adventure type game.
But it's real close in there. Another good one is Dragon Age Inquisition. Personally, I didn't play it, but I've seen a lot good about it.
I've played a little bit of it. It was actually a lot better than I thought it would be, honestly. You can play, a simple way where you let the AI control the other.
Yep.
Or there's actually this new feature where you can go into like this second-by-second mode, where you can give each character a command, and then you advance the time. And when you need to give them more commands,
you slow down time.
You slow down time and do it again.
Okay. And
that actually is amazing for me, someone who misses the old days of...
Stop, choose all your attacks and their times, and come all play out.
Yeah. I miss the old Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII.
Yep.
That kind of battle system. I know that battle system was invented because of the limitations of the systems.
Yes.
But it was, to me, those ones had a lot more strategy.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, a lot of them is just beat them up.
So, unfortunately, I don't play RPGs that much, and I didn't get a lot of them. So mine is definitely going to be South Park Stick of Truth. That game, 1, was funny. 2 had really good RPG elements. It added a lot of cool things, even though they were disguised as, some childish things. the strategy that you had to employ to do it was great. I mean, bosses felt strong.
And it was like watching an episode of South Park.
It was. It got crazier and crazier. The weapons were great. You know what I mean? I felt like I was constantly switching out armor, which is something I like as I progress. I hate just sitting there in like basic armor for like 6 months.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
Basic weapons, basic armor. I like to have that ability to switch weapons and armor. You know.
Yep.
Especially late in the game where it's like, oh god,
I can't beat them.
I need which one's gonna work better? Because late game RPGs, the weapons never start getting better and better. They started getting better for certain things.
Yeah. I found that you can choose a Jew, but I mean, who chooses Jews in general? That's Hitler.
I think everyone pretty much chose Jew when they played South Park: Stick of Truth for the first time.
I didn't.
Where'd you go with?
I can't remember now, but it wasn't Jew.
Oh god.
I chose it. I think I chose like the stealth one. I did almost completely dot damage. Nice.
Ah.
But yeah, that's why I actually beat the whole game though, as I went dot damage. And I like that I could specify all the way up to dot damage. Like I can be an assassin, but I want to be a dot damage assassin. And that was actually a really good strategy for me because it was easier to kill the bosses because they would heal, but then after the heal, my damage would proc. So I had upfront damage and then dot damage. So it was good.
Okay.
Your choice?
I am gonna have to go with Dragon Age Inquisition on this one,
Alright.
because it kind of gives you the option of how you want to play your RPG.
Yeah.
It gives you the option of the new way of controlling the one character,
Mhm.
and you can in that way you can still switch around.
Yeah.
But it also gives you more of an old school style.
Yeah.
And not only that, you control the character's movements, you control their attacks, everything. So I gotta go with Dragon Age Inquisition.
Alrighty, now on to our next one. This one is a big category again. A lot of games fall into it, and we're gonna try to keep it as short as possible. Sorry, but because of time restraints, we can't really delve too deep into this one, just because of how big and how many choices there are and how many different ways there is to explain this. Okay, so action adventure, best action adventure. A lot of these are action adventure, guys.
Okay.
In the sake of not keeping everything the same, I'm probably actually going to go with Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4?
Yes. Actually, you know what? No. My mistake. Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Shadow of Mordor.
That was a lot of fun. Big world, a lot of fun. Good story. It felt a lot like Batman, which isn't a bad thing.
No. And the Nemesis system kept the game interesting and kept you on your toes for the entire thing, pretty much.
Also, it made you definitely hate some people.
Yeah.
Like freaking Ratbag. I murdered him as soon as I could. Like, you're Ratbag?
Do we want to read Chris's
I pray it's something different.
Sonic Boom?
How? How is that an action adventure, Chris? It's got action, it's got adventure. Well, some bitch. You got us.
Okay, it's got action, it's got adventure. I love his descriptions here. Okay, so I'm going to go with Shadow of Mordor.
Seems like we have very good, similar viewing tastes.
Yes. For the
But
most part.
it was a very good game. I feel like it brought some new things to the table. It kept some good things from other action adventures, like the Batman-esque combat system, which is always something that is a tried and true thing, where it's like this is a good combat system to play as. Upgrading trees were great. Didn't seem overcomplicated. Gave you some stat ups, so that way you can kind of specify how you wanted to play. It's pretty good overall.
So, yeah, I'm going to say Shadow of Mordor gets that one.
Alright. On to best racing.
Best racing.
Now, this is where I'm going to offend some people. Because I hate racing games. I hate them. I'm not good at them, so I hate them. It's not anything against the genre. If you like racing games, do your own thing. I don't care. My best racing game is Mario Kart 8.
And I'm going to agree with that, actually.
It's tons of fun.
Let's look at it. Tons of fun. Online multiplayer. Local multiplayer, which is
Great.
up to 4 players local multiplayer.
I would say it's the best Mario Kart since the original.
Yeah.
It's got the elements of Double Dash, which is my favorite since the original. It's got some of the better mechanics of the other ones. It's got kart customization, good character list, fun new items finally, and a lot of good like blue shell tricks.
Yeah.
So personally, it's because I don't like racing games generally. This is a game that brings me into the racing world and actually gives me a chance. As you guys saw, I tell you guys every time I suck at racing games, and I place first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, Mario Kart 8, tons of fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say about it.
Except for Rainbow Road. That's still a pain in the balls.
Well, Rainbow Road's always going to be the bane of our existence.
Because we suck at racing games.
Okay. I think we got time this half for one more
Alright.
award, and that is for Best Open World. Okay, let's look at the open world games. We got Destiny.
Shadow of Mordor, Far Cry, Watch Dogs,
Borderlands the pre-sequel.
Borderlands pre-sequel, and some people would argue Dragon Age. I'm not gonna say Dragon Age for this one, but
Okay.
and Sunset Overdrive, I would call that a little open world.
Alright.
Like yeah, right there, Sunset.
Alright, so best open world. Ooh.
This one's a tough one. Can I just throw one away right now?
Sure.
I'm gonna say no to Destiny.
See, I knew you were going to do that because you actually have a pretty big disdain for Destiny. I know that you understand it and you've played it, and I understand that it disappointed you in a big thing. That's actually one of my top contenders.
Really?
I like Destiny a lot for this category because it isn't truly open world. There is a story and lineage to it, and you have to follow that. But once you unlock anything, you can literally go around dancing on objects.
Yeah. But to me, open world has to be almost like when you after the first mission or whatever, you get access to majority of the game.
And that's why I think it's a contender, but not my final pick, which disheartens me entirely because I do love that game. It has great visuals for an open world. But I'm going to have to give this one to Borderlands pre-sequel. You can truly go almost anywhere in that game, with the exclusion of a few places, end game places. You know what I mean? Just for spoilers, obviously. But I mean, and also in the beginning when you're getting set up, you know what I mean, in the open world. You know, first here's your baby steps: how to walk, how to jump, how to do this, how to do that. You can pretty much diverse out and do whatever you want. The landscape is littered with little secrets and little Easter eggs, funny things and hilarious things and sad things, and you know what I mean? There's never ending enemies to fight, so none of the place feels too empty. If you want to get there quickly, you have to do cars, or you can fast travel, which is a huge thing in freaking overworld.
Oh yeah.
Fast traveling is a must.
If there's no fast travel, then it's not that great.
And one of the things that I love, I do not have to get out of my freaking car and lose my car and then go to a place and get my car back every time I travel between zones. I just stay in my freaking car.
Yeah.
So, best open world, Borderlands pre-sequel. I'm going to say it right now. Very good game. Open world's fun. Feels very, very big. Stages on there that you travel to, very, very big. And you also get a sense for where things are in location. You know what I mean? Concordia, which is the main hub, you'd say. It goes into three or four different areas, and there's multiple ways to get in and out of the place. It's a lot of fun in itself. And then those zones kind of reach out to other zones like previous Borderlands games. So you kind of get like a full map in your head of this is next to this, which is next to this, which is next to this, and next to this. And they don't stray from that. It's not like, oh, but this one has a random connection to way the fuck over here. It's kind of like a map in your head.
Okay.
So, personally, open world Borderlands pre-sequel for me.
It's a bit of a toss-up for me between Far Cry 4 and Borderlands pre-sequel.
I knew it was going to be. Because, again, that is one of the bigger ones. I mean, if that's a good pick for your favorite whip.
I don't know. See, the thing, Borderlands pre-sequel, you can go all over the place and do all these things.
Yep.
Far Cry 4, sometimes it's just awesome just to climb to the top of a mountain and just look out.
Yeah.
I mean, you have this beautiful landscape to look over, which is a huge thing in open world. It's like, oh boy, it's open world in a dumpster. That's not great.
You haven't seen like the end levels of Borderlands pre-sequel, where like you're in space and you're just looking out into the vast cosmos. So I understand from that point. But I will say this: Far Cry is also more of an open world. It's a different type, because while Borderlands is an open world, you can go anywhere. There's definitely loading zones. Yeah. Where Far Cry 4 is more of an island that you get to explore without any loading zones, I feel.
Yeah. And don't forget the wingsuit.
I was gonna say, and the wingsuit in the helicopter is really nice. I'm not gonna even debate. It's really nice.
Yeah. Climb to the top of the mountain, jump off, wingsuit all the way down. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to go with Far Cry 4.
Okay. I respect that. That's a good decision. That is one of my top contenders, but I gotta give it Borderlands because of the secrets. That's what made it for me, is the secrets. But it's for reasons.
Yeah, actually, like I said, I've played hours and hours and hours and hours, and I've probably done only 5% of the story. I know that there's a place in the map that splits it in half.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really gotten there yet because I've just been exploring everywhere else, and I've climbed mountains that were, and found random things. And
yeah, I think the reason why I give it to Borderlands instead of Far Cry 4 for me though is, while you can do all this stuff in Far Cry 4, beat all these baddies, see an elephant, see some tigers. I'm not saying
swim with alligators, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying that those aren't cool and that I wouldn't love to do those personally, in that game. That's great and they're awesome. I feel like it's a little bit of the same, and I don't see that much distinction between them. And going up to the top of the mountain is great, you get a great view, and then you can do the wingsuit down, which is freaking amazing. But I don't find, like, in that game, I don't recognize, at least, I don't know if they're there, but I don't ever find or recognize any Easter eggs, and that's what really is fun for me. Like,
yeah,
I like
it's more of a serious story. That's why.
Well, even any Easter eggs, you know what I mean? But
I'm sure there's something somewhere.
I'm sure there is
found or something.
But
it's also the only game I know that you could beat in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know we've talked about this, but it's the reason why I like Borderlands for that is because when you explore, you find these secrets, and it's like a little treasure trove. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, this is so cool! I'm so glad I went over here and explored. And I feel like rewarding me for exploring to me makes it a little bit better, in my mind.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.